Well guys, I've been wanting to make a video about this for a long time. Hey guys, and welcome to this installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. And as you can tell, I've had my Escape for over 2 years now. I absolutely love the car. It has been wonderful to me thus far, and it's the car that I have wanted in an SUV for a long time. So I'm really glad that I picked it out. And if you happen to know the history of the Escape, it also had a Mercury variant known as the Mercury Mariner, which is the one standing here behind me. And I've always wanted to make a video kind of comparing the two and kind of pointing out some of the differences between the Escape and the Mariner, because other than some cosmetic things that we're going to look at, it is the exact same car. I just don't see enough of the Mariners, and the dealership finally got one in on trade not too long ago. So, the perfect opportunity. My Escape is a 2011 model. This Mariner is a 2009 model. My Escape is an XLT. This is a Premier. So this one is going to have some more bells and whistles compared to my Escape. But for the most part, I just want to look and kind of compare and contrast the differences between the two cars. So even though my Escape is a 2011 and this Mercury Mariner is a 2009, they are both the same generation. So the Mariner really didn't make it, obviously, as long as the Escape did, because of the fact that Mercury was phased out by Ford sometime around 2010 or 2011, I believe. But yeah, if you just look here, this looks exactly like my car. And again, there's a couple of cosmetic differences, as you can see, but for the most part, there really isn't a whole lot going on. So we'll go back to the front and we'll start there. Now obviously the big difference that you can see on the outside, and I'm pretty sure it's really the only big difference you're going to notice, is the front end of them. So you can see the headlight design and the front grille design is completely different from the grille design and the headlight design of the Mariner. When it comes down to the two, I really do like mine, but I've also been a fan of the Mercury slotted grille on a lot of their cars. But the fog lamps are shaped a little differently. These are a little more square. The hood, I think, is slightly different. Yeah, the hood, you can kind of see mine has a smooth top. This one has, it kind of indents itself in, so that's slightly different. If we look on the fenders, no lights. The other side portions, my car got dirty again, I'm sorry. The lower rocker moldings are different. These seem to be smooth. They don't have the slots like mine do. Well, the wheels are definitely a given also. These wheels are different, so we can't really use that as a compare tool. Let's see, the roof rack has silver accenting on it, whereas mine is just plain black accenting. But needless to say, it is the same exact roof rack. In the back, the taillights are different. Mine are all solid color. These are basically chromed out. That is a stock taillight, by the way. That's on aftermarket. The lights here on the bottom of the bumper, my car does not have that. No Escape had that. And this bumper completely has the Mercury name spelled out in metallic accenting across the rear of it, whereas the Escape doesn't have anything spelled out across it. The handle on the rear hatch is different too. This has a handle here to open up the glass. My handle is not attached to the wiper, but in the early stages of this model it was. So this was the new design at some point down the road after 2009. Chrome exhaust tip. This has a really nice chrome exhaust tip, and mine does not. So as you can see, that pretty much sums up the exterior of the differences between the Mercury Mariner and the Ford Escape, both again of this generation. As you can see there. So now let's go in and compare. So as you can see from the inside, this is just a quick look at the inside of my Escape, the interior wise. And here's a look at the interior of the Mercury Mariner. So really, other than the fact that this one has leather and such, there are a couple of other characteristics that are different, but for the most part, it's the exact same dashboard setup. Interior door trim of my car. Interior door trim of the Mercury Mariner. Here's a look at the driving position in my car. Here is the driving position in the Mercury Mariner. Here's the gauge cluster of the Escape. Here is the gauge cluster of the Mercury Mariner. Very similar setup, exact same setup, but different accenting. The center stack setup of the Escape. Here is the center stack of the Mercury Mariner. Again, exactly the same. Now, as you can see in the Escape, the dashboard has the silver accenting down the center, but it's all color matching everywhere else on the dashboard. Now, whereas mine is all color matching, the Mariner has these tan accents placed in various spots of the dashboard. So aside from the styling characteristics, again, this Mariner is a Premier model, which means it has a lot of added on features, of course, that my car doesn't have. So the Premier, I believe, would be equivalent to the Escape Limited. The chime is different. So this still has the blue dash lights and blue accents, just like my car does. The display looks like it has all of the same exact features that my car has. Automatic headlights, your driver information display controls there, same exact thing. The stereo system is a little different in this one. This one has the 6-disc CD changer, as you can see from the display, which is the same. I have the compass and the temperature in mine, but the little circles indicate what CDs are full or not. So that's all the same there. There's not really anything other than the 6-disc CD changer different there. This one does have the automatic dual zone climate controls, and that is different because I have the just your standard single zone climate controls. And when you change these features, the display shows them up on the top, as well as your fan speed over there in the corner. So that's that. This also has heated seats, which mine does not have. And in the back, or on the bottom here, it does have traction control, and has the rear parking assist, has the USB, has the auxiliary cord input, has your charger. So this is all the same, minus the fact that I don't have rear parking assist on my car. It does have sync. The shifter is the exact same. This one has the ambient lighting. My car doesn't have ambient lights. You can see them here in the cup holders. I kind of wish mine had the ambient lights. I like the that's a really neat feature. So it's on the floor, it's here, it's in the cup holder, so that's all the same. Or mine doesn't have that, but this is all set up the same. The inside of that tray comes out. Yeah, this is the same. Looks like it's missing the top tray, so that must be gone. You know, let's see. And in here, it's got the manual, same exact glove box, same sunglass holder, same sunroof. It's all the same, other than a couple of design quirks that are different. The back's the same, but the headrest's missing. Oh, see that? Naturally, I thought the handle was there, but there is no handle there. It's under here. Interesting. So there we go. That's a different thing there. Same exact stuff back here, same pockets. This has a subwoofer, so it definitely has an upgraded sound system. This has the wet trunk also, from the looks of it. Same exact thing mine has. Glass opens, like I said. Yeah. Okay, so the one major thing between the two of these that are completely different is the engine. And mine has the standard 2.5 liter 4-cylinder to power the Escape, while the Mariner has the 3-liter Duratec 24-valve V6 engine. And yes, you can get this engine in the Escape. So when I was looking for the Escape, I could have gotten the V6 option if I wanted to look for one, but I wanted to go with the 4-cylinder because I wanted something a little simpler, something to kind of cut down on gasoline usage, all of that stuff. So when you get to the V6, you know, it gets kind of complicated. I bet this thing picks up a lot nicer than mine does, but my 4-cylinder does me just fine. As you can see, the V6 has a couple of interesting quirks, whereas for one, the air filter is not here. The air filter is actually mounted on top of the engine. Very interesting design. I wonder why they did that. So there's just a gaping space here. But everything else, you know, doesn't really seem like there's as much room to work on some things here. Would have been easier to see the half shaft. There's the half shaft there, down there. So on my car, you can see the half shaft not as easy as this one because of the air filter being in the way and such. So yeah, when I started it, you know, it might have sounded a little different compared to mine, and that's because it's got the V6. But other than that, everything under the hood is basically in the same spot. It's so weird because it has the same driving position, only it's like driving my car in an alternate universe. It's so strange because it's exactly like my car, but it's not. I do feel like the V6 might be a little noisier than the 4-cylinder, and I don't know if it's because of this particular car, but I just feel like the V6 might have some more cabin noise compared to my car. I feel like my car is not all that loud. Feels like it handles the same, no? Alright, gotta park it. Alright guys, so I think that pretty much sums up the differences between the Ford Escape and the Mercury Mariner, both of the same generation. So again, something I wanted to make for a long time, just because even though they pretty much do look like the same vehicle, there are some significant differences between the two, and that's usually because the Mercury versions of a lot of the Ford cars always tend to be a little more luxurious rather than like the sporty aspect of the, you know, Ford versions. So again, that was the Ford Escape, and that was the Mercury Mariner of the same generation. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Also check out Mike's Vehicle Spotlight, which is my official vehicle touring segment that I post here on this channel. I will see you guys next time, so thanks for watching. Take care. Being that this car has been through 276,000 miles, I figured we would take a look at how well the quality of the Fiesta has held up, because let's face it, it's a Fiesta. We don't really expect Fiestas to go, you know, 276,000 miles.